Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of Gentoo, your source for all things video game and tech related. I'm Nathaniel Cochran.
Are you new here?
Honestly, yeah.
Well, I'm Dalton Spies, and let's just jump right into this week's up and coming releases. You can see these games and many more released throughout the month on all of your favorite platforms.
We've got more big releases on the way this week. We see the release of a new Star Wars game, a new generation of Pocket Monsters, ooh, sounds fancy. And finally, you asked for it, they gave it to us, a movie tie-in game.
Finally.
They're always so good, always.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One on November 15th. Play as Cal Kestis, a young Jedi in this story that's set after the Revenge of the Sith. Cal has survived Order 66, but now he must hide from the Second Sister, an Imperial Inquisitor who lives only to hunt Jedi.
Pokemon Sword and Shield releases for the Switch on November 15th. The Switch is finally getting a mainline Pokemon game, which means the death of the 3DS.
R.I.P.
F in the chat. Take advantage of Sword and Shield's new Gigantamax Pokemon like Big Chungus Pikachu and Longcat Meowth.
Oh, he's a long boy.
He thick.
And definitely the biggest release this week is Jumanji, the video game for the PC, Xbox One, PS4, and Switch on November 15th. You can play this bad boy on anything. Join 3 of your friends and collect the jewels, and then ask yourself why you spent money on this game when you can just watch Jack Black play it on YouTube.
Why did we need a sequel reboot?
For a video game.
Right? These games and many more will be releasing throughout the month, so be sure to look out for them on your favorite consoles. Up next, check out The Finer Things with Quinn. He's over there. I see him now. I see an elbow.
Oh, there he is.
Hey everybody, welcome to The Finer Things, the show where we examine games for their artistic value. As always, I'm your host, Quinn Foose. Today's episode will cover a game that may stir up either positive or negative opinions from those watching. This indie game has a checkered past, and while it has changed over the years, it certainly still has its critics. Today we will be discussing No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky was released in August of 2016 by Hello Games to a lot of dissatisfaction. Prior to release, the developer's main spokesman, Sean Murray, had said a lot of great sounding things about the game, and it built up a lot of hype for the release. Some of the features promised included large-scale space battles between space fleets and space stations, traveling freighters for trade interactions, and in-game interaction with other players. However, many of these features were later seen to be absent, and those who purchased the game had a lot to say about it. I won't go on about the game's controversies any longer. That's all in the past, and Hello Games has put a lot of work into making the game into something greater than what it was when it started, and making good on delivering their unmet pre-launch promises. These days, there are far more proponents for No Man's Sky than there were once upon a time. The amount of work that Hello Games has gone through in order to overhaul the game and make it into something that they could be proud to have their name on is quite impressive. In order of release, Hello Games has put out the following rounds of updates: Foundation Update, Pathfinder Update, Atlas Rises Update, No Man's Sky Next, The Abyss Update, Visions, and Beyond. These seasons in the game's life have introduced new biomes, overhauled economic and base building systems, command over fleets of freighters for trade, virtual reality support, multiplayer accessibility, an overhauled main story, and much, much more. After all of this work, No Man's Sky looks a lot more like the game we were supposed to get at release, and the developers at Hello Games deserve praise for working so hard to improve their game instead of abandoning it the way that we've seen so many other developers do. Now let's do some talking about the game itself. What originally drew me to be so interested in this title was the endless possibilities for exploration that it held. The universe within No Man's Sky is procedurally generated and all around massive. You may remember hearing that it would take so long just to visit every planet in the game that no one would be able to do it before our sun burns out in real life. Now that's impressive. The amount of biomes and flora and fauna that can be discovered is staggering, and now that the game has seen so many updates, the diversity within each of these categories has only increased. The aesthetic of No Man's Sky is another big selling point the way I see it. Hello Games' decision to go for a somewhat cartoonish style was perfect for a game that's entire focus is on alien worlds completely unlike our own. While trekking through a universe that looks realistic and getting to see what other planets could theoretically look like is a tempting idea, keeping things animated allows for the developers to focus on how visually interesting and stimulating a landscape is instead of how much detail is put into every aspect of it. It's also, in general, just more fun to see a wackier interpretation of the cosmos. If the idea of exploring the universe with friends and making your own journey along the way sounds too good to pass up to you, then make sure not to miss out on No Man's Sky. Thank you for joining me once again on The Finer Things, and make sure not to miss the next episode when we'll be examining a new game. Thanks for watching.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is set to release this Friday, and if you're struggling to wait for your ride into a galaxy far, far away, then I've got your back. Jedi Fallen Order is EA's latest foray into the Star Wars world, and it is being developed by Respawn Entertainment, known for creating Titanfall and Apex Legends. Fallen Order is a third-person action game that seems to have an emphasis on exploration and story, as well as some intriguing and intense-looking combat akin to Dark Souls. When playing Fallen Order, you will control a young Force user named Cal Kestis. Respawn has said that unlike other Star Wars games, we're not going to have the option to tempt Cal with the dark side of the Force. Fallen Order will be more of a linear story, less suited to branching narrative choices. Instead, the game will have you exploring the dark times following the Revenge of the Sith, when the Empire is at the height of its power, and Cal and other Force users are in hiding. According to a press release, we're going to meet Cal on Brekka, which is one of several new worlds Respawn is bringing to the Star Wars universe. Respawn promises that he's going to meet a fairly wide cast of characters as he runs from the Empire, and that he'll also have a little droid friend named BD-1. Similar to Elizabeth or Atreus from God of War, he can toss Cal health packs and explore crammed parts of the environment that Cal can't reach. Throughout the Fallen Order, you'll find and earn upgrade points and use these to improve Cal's abilities. Upgradable abilities are divided between Lightsaber, Force, and Survival. The first two sound pretty self-explanatory, and I'm guessing Survival will have something to do with your health and the regeneration of it. And as far as the combat goes, which has drawn comparisons to Dark Souls, Respawn gave us a little taste of what that means for the Jedi Fallen Order gameplay, calling it thoughtful combat, and saying it's an easy-to-learn, but a lifetime-to-master affair, which has me very excited. The developers have said that players will use their Jedi training to create different melee combinations with an innovative lightsaber combat system, including Force abilities. The core gameplay loop will include using traversal and other platforming abilities to strategically overcome opponents and solve puzzles in their paths across this galaxy-spanning adventure. Drawing more comparisons to Dark Souls, they've promised that we're going to be discovering secret passages, unlocking doors that allow for easier backtracking, and exploring interlocking sections of maps that are scattered with save points. You'll do it all while fighting varied enemies in the paths in between. The thing that has me really interested is the death, saving, and progression system that seems to be borrowing heavily from Souls as well. As you defeat enemies and do things throughout the map, you're going to accumulate XP, and dying will unfortunately cause you to lose all of that XP since your last skill point. I'm hoping for some interesting takes on these mechanics, as Respawn's last paid-for title, Titanfall 2, took one of the most overplayed genres and injected new life into it with innovative ideas and cool level design. I'm hoping that I'll be able to finish up Death Stranding in time to pick Fallen Order up on Friday. But until then, thanks for watching KNWT Channel 8.
We can make a difference again. The world needs us now, more than ever. Are you with me?
Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Nostalgia Trip. Wes is out this week, so I decided to come in and pinch hit for him. That's a sports term, right? In case this is your first time, it's pretty much where I talk about my favorite games from when I was growing up and what they mean to me. This episode, I'm going to be talking about Overwatch, which came out in May of 2016. I know it doesn't sound that long ago, but it has been almost 4 years, and that just makes me feel old. May of 2016 puts this game's release at right around the end of my junior year of high school, which meant me and my friends spent all summer playing it. And all of the fall, and all of the winter. I think one of the things I really liked about this game was that you didn't exactly have to be a great FPS player with perfect aim to succeed in this game. Can't hit a shot to save your life? Pick up one of the tanks like Reinhardt or Winston. Just want to sit back and help your teammates while trying to avoid conflict at all costs? Play Mercy. But of course, that's not to say that characters like Widowmaker and Hanzo, who do very much depend on aim, can't have huge impacts on games. That's another thing when really thinking back on how great this game is, was how important each encounter was in the game, and how in a lot of fights even one elimination of someone important like a healer or a shield tank can really topple a whole team. Of course, there's many cases where a really well placed or timed ultimate can totally turn the tide of a game. It really is what differentiates it from other shooters like Call of Duty and Battlefield, which turn into just dying and respawning with no real purpose behind people's actions. Now I'm brought to the best and worst part of Overwatch, the team play. Playing as a team is the most important part of Overwatch. When you do work as a team and it works, it's great. You usually win, everybody's competitive ranking goes up, and everyone is happy. But when you don't, well, sometimes I think I could go and make a cocktail from all the chemicals under the kitchen sink and it would still be less toxic than game chat was. Another really great thing that Overwatch did well was customization. Overwatch has 6 different seasonal events they do every year, which usually will feature new seasonal themed skins for a few heroes each time they come around. Every time these came around, me and my friends wanted to grind the game even more just because we had to have that Witch Mercy skin. Of course, this brings up the most controversial point, which was the loot boxes. Are they gambling? Maybe. Are they addicting? Possibly. I never really had a problem with them, as I have this thing within me called self-control, which really helped me not to go crazy spending money on them. Speaking of spending money, Blizzard recently announced Overwatch 2, which is going to feature highly replayable co-op story missions with alternate abilities for all the heroes. Is it what I wanted? I kinda hope they just keep Overwatch running forever like they do most other MOBA type games. Will I buy it? As sure as Genji needs healing, I will.
I need healing.
With kind of a dwindling player base, I hope Overwatch 2 is able to get myself and my friends back on the sticks. I've got to climb out of Platinum rank somehow. Keep watching to see what kind of suffering Keegan or his guests go through this week on the Cooper Challenge Arena.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Cooper Challenge Arena. My name is Keegan Cooper and it's the week you've all been waiting for. And our special guest needs no introduction, but we're going to give him one anyways. Cue the music, cue the lights, cue the dance floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Will Murphy.
It's Will Murphy, everybody. How you doing, Will?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on, Keegan.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this. I was born ready. This is literally my job.
Alrighty, Will, we'll go ahead and let him know what we're doing.
Okay, so today we're going to have 3 challenges in something known as Roadie Rodeo. On a TV set or a remote production, there's a lot of people who help make everything come together with a lot of odd jobs. We're going to be performing a couple of those odd jobs and seeing who's better at them.
That's right, Will. And folks, I know you're all wondering at home what the challenge is this week. It's going to be a mystery shake. The loser will have a mystery shake made by the winner. Start with ice cream for a base, of course, to make a nice milkshake, and then 5 random ingredients that the winner gets to choose. But without further ado, let's get started.
Task 1, Camera Assembly.
This week we're going to have a camera and tripod set up. You know, when you get down to the nitty-gritty of it, you don't have a whole lot of time before we got to go to air. We got to get our camera set up, get it put on a tripod, get everything checked out, get an SD card in it, all the things you got to do when you go out to get that interview.
It was at this moment that he knew. He up.
Since I've got the time, I'm going to get you some extra shots too. I'm going to go a little wide angle. Here, let me shoot you trying this.
I'm done. I'm done, everybody.
Task 2, Countercoiling.
We're going to have a countercoiling contest. This is where cables are coiled up nice and neatly. It helps protect the cables, makes them easy to deploy, and makes them easy to load up into a truck later on.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. I can swing down there in a minute. I'm helping Keegan with the project right now. Yeah, okay. I gotta go. Make him go.
It's this dang freaking loop, bro. It won't go. Here we go.
Task 3, the hydration station.
We're going to have a hydration station. It's always important to stay hydrated on any kind of set. You got a long day coming at you. You got to make sure you're going to be ready for it.
I want to watch the replay. Well, Will, my managed to spill on my shirt. Not once, but twice.
Are you going to tell him you ripped your pants?
I ripped my pants. I countercoiled.
You did. Looked great. I'm proud of you.
I got the camera on the tripod, and I drank some Gatorade and water. But I lost. So mystery shake it is. And you just gonna. Are you thirsty?
Oh, did you want some?
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, mystery shake it is.
Mystery shake it is.
It was good to be on. I really appreciate you making the time and going to all the effort.
Yeah, but it's it's crazy to see what goes into like making one of these possible.
It takes a lot of people.
It does. Yeah. So guys, come on in and
a little bit of the KNWT family.
a little bit of the family. Brought to you by Child Kid.
What a guy.
He let me down. He's my good luck charm. But we'll see you next week on Cooper Challenge Arena when we present to you the Gauntlet.
Okay, so Keegan, as you know, you let me make you a milkshake. So I wanted to do something a little special. We're just going to start off with a little bit of normal fare. This is drumstick ice cream. I feel like it's yeah, it's doing well so far. And then we're going to move into...
I love how you got your own cooler.
I do. It's got my name on it. Yeah. Yeah, marshmallows, because it's nice. I feel like a little something sweet.
Yeah, the marshmallows are bad, but I'm not like they're not.
Yeah, I saw your Chubby Bunny week you lost. No, that was the winning week. And then if we go a little route for some s'mores.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I just wait.
So s'mores.
I don't want to know.
Okay. I like malts more than milkshake. So a little malt is
I don't. It's gonna be great up until.
yeah, and then milk, because you need milk. And the thing is, like, do you watch a lot of horror movies?
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
horror movies.
The good horror movies aren't the ones where you can, like, see the monster, right?
How old are you?
The last night.
Oh, okay.
So the other ones, I was just drawing this out.
Oh,
The other ones where you can see the monster. They're the ones where the monster... You might have to check to figure out my body weight. I don't know, it's a fully... Which I think is kind of... The best part is it should taste great.
He's gonna be sitting here and he's gonna shoot his
No, see, but because if you read the back, it's going to be like 2 to 4 hours.
Generally, it takes about 3 minutes.
6 to 12.
So call me at 10 o'clock. I love KNWT.
Chug it.
It's chunky. I can't chug it. I gotta chew.
It's true. It seems that X-Lax word for it.
Hey, Keegan, where do you live? Like, do you have roommates?
You know why.
What's up? It's Dicey, and welcome back to D&D FD. This week, we are looking at the other side of D&D, and that is the non-combat situations and role-playing. No, I don't mean that kind of role-playing. Get your mind out of the gutter. Come on, guys. Literally 50% of the game is just social, but some people look at it as boring or unimportant. That being said, it can be some of the most fun that you can have while playing the game. If social is done well, you can spend an entire game just running around a city, shopping and messing with NPCs. The social side of the game relies heavily on your non-physical stats, such as wisdom, intelligence, and charisma, and the skills that are tied into those stats. So some of the things that you could do when you're not fighting is like go to the town library and research whatever you're gonna be fighting. Or haggling with the shopkeeper, because everybody haggles with the shopkeeper. Or your DM could even make an entire session around your characters using their minds instead of their might. Things like investigations and exploration are common hooks that DMs will use when they don't really have any bad guys for you to fight. Now, where the social game can get boring is when the party is stale. It's really on you. Going shopping can be a bore when you think that the NPC you're buying from is just a bank of infinite items for you to get. New players typically fall into a trap of thinking that D&D is like their favorite video game. You go up to an NPC and say hi, and then just buy all of the stuff you want and leave. But D&D doesn't work that way. D&D is a role-playing game. Role-playing is an important part of the core of D&D. So what is role-playing then? Well, put in its most simplest term is light acting. It's just removing yourself from the real world and putting yourself in the place of your character, thinking of how they would react rather than how you would react. For a new player, this can be really difficult, but over time it does get easier. Role-playing is where D&D can get a bit silly or even downright cringy, but that can be okay, as long as everyone is having fun. Doing a voice or taking a different posture can make you feel more connected to the game and might change the way you play. So really, just getting in the mindset of your character can be good enough sometimes. You don't have to do a voice. Just getting in the mindset of your character is good enough. I've even found sometimes that speaking in third person, describing the actions that your character is taking rather than trying to say that you're taking those actions, can be an even better way for you to roleplay. One other thing I want to warn new players about when it comes to role-playing is just because you made your character act a certain way doesn't mean it's beneficial to the game. What I mean by that is, when you make your edgy rogue who doesn't play by anybody's rules and you're constantly ignoring the calls to action that your DM is putting in front of you, it's not just about you. You need to work with other people so everyone can have fun. So it looks like I'm out of time this week. I'm Dicey, keep watching Gentoo.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Project Delta. I'm your host, Dalton Spies, and with me this week is...
I'm Keegan Cooper. Nathaniel Cochran, sorry.
Oh, Nathaniel, long time no see. It feels like we haven't seen each other in forever.
Right, exactly.
But so this week, I wanted to bring in Trials Rising. Fusion was the last one, but I'm going to go ahead and start the match for us. It's the latest installment in the motocross puzzler combo, which is, it's usually a great time to play. We're not going to bet anything because I'm too broke for that. I think you could use the turtle.
I don't think oh, okay, there we go. I'll just do whatever, let's just do the squid. Wait, is the donkey in this?
I don't know, I'm just going with the rhino right now.
Fine, I'll do rhino as well, keep it fair.
Yeah, that's totally fair, it's super duper fair. My guy's a samurai with a rainbow jacket.
And this is my
Evil
true
Knievel
form.
pants. Evil Knievel pants as well.
That's my true form, is just a green beast. How do I accelerate?
The right trigger, I
That's what
believe,
I
is the
thought.
acceleration button.
And then leaning, yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
Oh
it's-
yeah, nailed it.
It's just like riding a real bike. You've never ridden a motorcycle like this?
Last time I played one of these was on the 360.
Yeah, but that's when they were the best.
Yeah, I was the best out of my friends list because I was the only one who gave this game a chance.
I was really hoping there was going to be it because I don't have any friends.
I mean, true, that too. But I was like the one of the 4 ghosts that would pop up is just one of my other friends. I suck.
Don't worry. I haven't faulted yet. Because I'm, there it goes. Oh, there. Oh, now I'm going to beat you.
Come on.
I think
Come
you got to
on.
press the trigger. Oh, no.
It just wasn't letting me go back.
Oh, it's your turn.
Yay!
Oh, so I just get a did not finish.
Yeah. Darn Skippy.
I guess that's pretty cool. Oh no, see there. I didn't even finish the race and I still won.
I mean, yeah, because you made it a lot more than me.
Well, you know what they say. But so I was wanting to know. I know you said you played on the 360. Do you have any more history with this game?
I mean, it helped me find the company I want to work for. Rooster Teeth used to do trials fails.
Oh, I was really hoping you'd say Ubisoft because Ubisoft makes some really top-notch games.
Sure they do. But yeah, we were just talking about Ghost Recon. It's doing great. But no, Trials is one of those games that I love to watch. Don't really care if I play or not. There are a lot of games like that for me. But yeah, Trials is always a fun watch because you get to see people at their darkest.
For sure. Oh, hold
For
up.
example,
Hold up. Here comes the speed.
Me right now because I suck. No.
Oh, here we go. Back at it.
Respawn.
I guess it's my turn. to
Respawn.
go.
Respawn.
Yep, look at that. Teased it all the way in.
How? Okay.
Maybe you just don't get to come back until I crash.
Maybe that makes sense. Or you get to the next checkpoint, but that doesn't make sense.
Happens to the best of them.
Honestly.
And but so I started playing around Trials Evolution, which is the second game. What was the first one? Trials HD.
Yes.
Yes. I didn't play that one very much because I was like I don't know how old I was when it came out, but I didn't play it. So we'll go. Let's switch it up. Let's use the turtle isn't available. Let's go with the alpaca here.
Okay.
But so yeah, I started with Evolution, and then I played Fusion right when it came out. I was excited for it because I do enjoy these games. And
honestly, you should have Quick on. That's the real Nate who loves Trials.
Hey, somebody's got to love it. Oh, we made it.
Bonk.
This is
Bonk.
survived.
So you've been a fan of Trials for a while?
I have, and like you said, I was also a pretty big fan of Rooster Teeth and watching them play just all these crazy tracks. And I believe Michael did quite a few rage quits on Trials.
Yes, he did.
Which were always a great time.
Yeah.
He said a lot of words you can't say on TV.
Yup.
So, I don't think that series will ever be making it onto Gentoo, but it's a great YouTube show. Oh,
Definitely.
oh, you beat me.
I mean, I really didn't.
You
I
crossed
faulted
the finish line before I did.
I faulted 12 times, so.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's not about how many times you fall down. It's about how many times you get back up.
If you ain't first, you last.
And I just lost both.
I hate my character, by the way. Like, I love it. I love everything
You
about
picked
it.
him.
I
You
know,
said,
I know it.
"I want
but
the green guy."
I didn't notice that he has on like pinstripe slacks, and that's actually offensive.
Dude, pinstripes are so neat. But so now you know, an educated man would say that Trials is like the Dark Souls
Educated.
of motorcycle puzzle games.
Sure
So,
it is. Rage-inducing and very hard to master.
If you get on like a really tough track, it can be really just a rough time with a bunch of faults and a bunch of screaming. And I think that it kind of relates to Dark Souls, where you just decide the game's too hard and you delete it off your Xbox and you never play it again.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that. I feel that way about a lot of things. Most competitive games.
Most competitive games. Yeah, me with Modern Warfare right now.
I had such a good flow going.
Oh, here, we'll just take our time. Oh, we fell into the water. Oh, this isn't gonna work either. All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. I think we had the wrong bike. Please tease it. You got this, Nathaniel. No. Okay,
No,
okay.
you gotta do a
don't
front-
fall into the water, don't fall into the water.
Gotta do a
That's
front
not
flip
working.
style. That's how I got at least got the wheel to catch. Again, I did it again.
Do it. Nathaniel, you're supposed to win this for us.
Am I? Am I the
Look,
champion?
look at you.
I had it. I had it.
Oh,
Why-
don't worry, I'll do it.
Why can't
Look
GTA
at this backflip
physics?
for style.
Why can't the GTA physics work here, where I just like keep going backwards?
This
and-
ragdoll?
Yeah. Well, not even ragdoll, but where they like you can make the motorcycle go further
Oh,
because
okay.
you are
Hold
wheeling
up.
in midair. But no, I've always really liked Trials, just for what it is.
Yeah.
It's a good bad time. And I
A
love
good
games
bad
like that.
time. Yeah. It's a really good party game.
Yeah,
It's not quite, like a Mario Party or a Smash Bros. Level, but
definitely.
it's fun just to, zoom past your friends and watch them
I was so close.
keep falling down and mess up.
No, let me come back. Don't let him just
Hold up.
finish
Here,
with me
watch
dead.
this.
Okay, now I'm
We
dead.
haven't seen any of these. Oh, you can't bail out?
Oh.
I wanted a bailout victory.
Oh.
Now you win.
I mean, my character very much does not look like he's winning right now.
I don't like that.
Quit thumbing me down. I get it.
Thumbs down. Like, the number one thing Facebook needs right now, thumbs down button.
That and to actually, ban fake news. Oh, sorry. Too
Turtle,
political.
turtle, turtle, turtle.
Turtle. Am I not turtly enough to be part of the Turtle Club?
So me and Nathaniel are actually running out of time now, and thankfully he joined me on this motorcycle adventure, but I'd also like to thank all of you at home for watching. So you know what? Make sure to join us next week on Gentoo for more Project Delta and more of everything else, because it's all good stuff.
Is it?
I'm Dalton Spies, and with me was,
Nathaniel Cochran.
and we'll see you next time.